think we're up and running here. Alrighty, well, welcome back. We are back again with some more Pokemon Run and Bun. Continuing on with our hardcore Nuzlocke attempt here. Picking up where we left off the other day. Trying to finish the rest of this erratic weather portion. There's 2 more fights left, which I believe we can get done with today. I don't have a huge amount of time to stream, but we could at the very least try to get those 2 fights done, and then that allows us to get to Pacifilog, which then lets us get to Sky Pillar to get rid of the last little side quest before getting access to the 8th gym. So, and then from there, there's a couple other things that we could do, but I'll see if we can actually do those with today's stream. But yeah, why don't we get started here? So there's 2 more fights left. There's a double battle here that's in the sun. A little tricky double battle because it is a true double battle, so you can't just take down one side and then make it a 2v1, because they share the same party. But I think I have a good line. Took me a little bit to figure out. It's not completely riskless. There is some fiction that could happen, but it's very unlikely, so yeah, I think we are good here. Just triple checking we have all the right items and everything. Alright, so I think we're looking good. Let's go in and do this fight here. Alright, Sis and Bro, Rayleigh and Ian. Alright, so this is another permanent sun battle. And this battle is a little tricky to try to figure out because they lead a Victory Bell with Chlorophyll, which is really fast and has a focus sash, and then Aerodactyl here, which has Rock Gem boosted Unnerve. I mean, Rock Gem just boosted Stone Edge, which is really strong. It also wants to set up Stealth Rocks. So for the first turn, these 2 are pretty annoying to deal with if left alive, so I'm just going to simply outspeed both. Close combat one-shots Aerodactyl with a Choice Band, and a Choice Scarf just barely outspeeds this Victory Bell, and we can one-shot with Dual Wing Beat bypassing the Focus Sash. So Victory Bell goes down. And then close combat KOs here. Alright, and then with Sneasler and with my Sneasler and Staraptor out, this should always be baiting in Mimikyu and Cinderace. So we should see Mimikyu first and then Cinderace. Perfect. Mimikyu and Cinderace. Perfect. Alright, so these 2 come in. These 2 are a little bit easier to deal with. The Mimikyu, it does have a Fairy Gem boosted Play Rough, which it does currently sees that it can KO my Sneasler with. And the Cinderace sees that it could always KO my Staraptor with Power Ball. I had it slightly pre-damaged, so that way the Cinderace can't go for coaching, which the AI could go for in double battles. So I'm going to do a double swap here. I'm going to swap Sneasler to my Golisopod on the incoming play rough, allowing the Fairy Gem on Mimikyu to get used up. And I'm going to swap my Staraptor into my Omastar to take the Pyro Ball. So we should see Pyro Ball, perfect. This won't deal too much. And then Play Rough into Golisopod, perfect. This should always bring us below half. And I can emergency exit, bringing Sneasler back in. And so the reason why I did that is because I could have still gone for the KO for Cinderace, but Mimikyu saw a slow kill my Sneasler, so now it sees a fast kill on my Omastar instead, so it's always going to attack Omastar and not my Sneasler. So this allows me to outspeed and one-shot the Cinderace with another close combat, and I can use Protect on the whatever move Mimikyu goes for here. So Mimikyu goes down. This should always be baiting in. Yeah, there's a play rough, perfect. This should always bring in Ursaluna. Perfect. Alright, and again, Ursaluna is very strong but slow. So I can just simply outspeed and one-shot with another close combat. And let me see. Right now, my Omastar's at 65 HP, which means... Oh, perfect. So, yeah, so the little bit of fiction that could have happened is now completely mitigated because if Mimikyu if the Cinderace's Pyro Ball had gotten a higher roll, I could have been in some range of Shadow Ball instead of Play Rough. And if that had gone a crit high roll, then my Togedemaru could have gone KO'd. But I am, at this HP, I'm always outside of the range of Shadow Claw, so the rest of the fight should be perfectly free now. So we can go for another close combat KO on Ursaluna here. And I'm going to swap Omastar to Togedemaru on an incoming Play Rough. So Ursaluna goes down. Perfect, there's the Play Rough. So, and we get an Iron Barb's proc there, which in this game actually does break Mimikyu's disguise, funnily enough. Which doesn't really matter for this turn. Sharpedo comes in, has Speed Boost Life Orb, but again, my Sneasler outspeeds on the first turn that it's out, so I can just KO with another close combat, and I can go for a Spiky Shield to protect. I pre-damage so that Mimikyu always sees a KO with Shadow Claw after taking that play rough. So we will Spiky Shield, and let me just double check. Yeah, I was always slower than Togedemaru. Perfect. And then let me just triple check one thing here. Okay, yeah, we're good. Yeah, so we'll... And Sharpedo does have Protect, but because he sees a KO, he will never use it. So we can just outspeed, KO the Sharpedo with another close combat, and use Spiky Shield to protect on the Mimikyu. So, oh, nice critical. It's not necessary, but still nice. Sharpedo goes down. Mimikyu should go for Shadow Claw. Perfect. Alright, and so now it's just Mimikyu left. So now, at this point, I'm going to double swap. Mimikyu will be attacking Togedemaru because he's a fast KO. So I'm going to swap Sneasler for swap back to Staraptor since my Sneasler is locked into close combat. So we'll go Staraptor in the Sneasler slot, and then I'm gonna swap Togi into my Mawile. And this is just an excuse to show off Mega Mawile for the first time. It's not really necessary, I could have used other things, but I just wanted to use them for a fight. And this also gets us a doubled Intimidate proc too, turning this Mimikyu into a little baby. So the Shadow Claw is gonna do diddly. Alright, and then now we can just simply use Tailwind on because my Mawile is slower than the Mimikyu. But with Dynamic Speed, after the Tailwinds, I can Mega Evolve and Outspeed and one-shot with Iron Head. Alright, Mega Mawile. So we Tailwind, Dynamic Speed goes up, and we're faster. And there we go. And that is the fight. Down the rabbit hole. What's up, bro? Good to see you again. Hope you're having a good day today so far. Alright, so with that, we got just one more erratic weather fight. And then we can get to Sky Pillar. So let me go ahead and heal and save. Alright, and the last fight here should be a rain team, so it's a single battle, so shouldn't be too difficult to plan for. But I haven't taken a full look at it, so we can see what we're working with here. Let's see. Yeah, this guy leads a Araquanid, Boba Berry. I think I was able to just outspeed one-shot this thing with Choice Band, Arcanine. I KO with Arcanine, Choice Band, this would always bait. Looks like Scrafty first for close combat. We can use quite a few things for this. Let's see. Again, use Golisopod here. And there's a few things I could KO this thing with. We could do Mega Arrow. Let's see, what would Mega Arrow baits? Looks like could potential random move from Electron, so that wouldn't be ideal. Let's see, I could use Urshifu? What would Urshifu baits? Or I could use Sneasler. Let's see, Choice Band doesn't quite see a KO on Electros. But it would bait down the line. So let's see, what's a good counter for this Electros? What if I KO'd with Infernape instead? If I use Infernape... Let's see. Infernape would be baiting guaranteed Aqua Tail. So that might be more useful to swap to something. Let's see. This thing having Super Fang is a little annoying. But... let's see, I could maybe go... Dragapult? Dragapult might be the best option here. Okay, it's like a two-shot with Dragon Darts after an Aqua Tail, and he'll always go for Super Fang as highest damage. If I do that, this would bait... If I give him a choice band, this would always bait Dark Pulse from Porygon, to which Porygon would give a attack raise, not special attack raise, with Dragapult. So do I need choice band for this? Can I use Life Orb? No. Life Orb would bait Metagross. Or it could bait Metagross. What if I used... Let's see, who else could I use for Electros? I could just go straight to Urshifu. And one shot with a Wicked Blow. This Urshifu would give the special attack raise to Porygon though. Which wouldn't be too ideal. Fortunately, my Urshifu is slower. But let's see. Choice band plus CC. Oh, so I could actually use some other guys to KO this Scratchy with, because after close combat, I could use Gliscor. Gliscor and one shot after close combat. Gliscor would bait. Let's see. See, that doesn't look good either. I could just go straight to Urshifu. But yeah. Could use Seismitoad maybe? No, I think Dragapult is the best option here. Let's see, so I could go... So I think Infernape's still probably better option here. Infernape for close combat KO. 2 bait. Guaranteed Aqua Tail from Electros. We go Aqua Tail into Dragapult. Two-shot with Dragon Darts after taking a Super Fang. Which will... most likely leave us in Earthquake or Meteor Mash range from Metagross. I think that would be fine, because then I can double emergency exit into Urshifu for the close combat KO, but then that would bring in Porygon. Could go for Tri Attack. So I could also go Hydreigon. Which oh, so that's pretty nice. So I could Choice Specs. Hydreigon would bait down the line. Oh, but then I'm locked into... So maybe a Life Orb. Life Orb. Here's what I could do. I could go Choice Specs. Choice Specs to one-shot the Metagross. This would always bring in Porygon Z for Tri-Attack. I can go back to Dragapult to then bait Dark Pulse back into Hydreigon to KO with Draco Meteor. This would bring in Jellicent for Water Spout. Which does crazy damage. But we can just go... Bastia Legion and just one-shot with Poltergeist. this should work. So let's recap here. So we lead, choice band, Arcanine one-shot the Araquanid with a Rock Slide, bait, close combat from Scrafty, emergency exit into Infernape, KO with close combat, bait Aqua Tail from Electros. We go Dragapult to two-shot with Dragon Darts. We bait Metagross. We can second emergency exit into Hydreigon. Let's see, what if I did Life Orb? Life Orb would actually bait Jellicent instead of Porygon. We could go Basculation on that, but then that would be a random move. So I do need to go choice specs to bait down the line. Yeah, so we one-shot with Dark Pulse, we bait Porygon Z, try attack. We go back to Dragapult, and then switch back to Hydreigon on a Dark Pulse. One-shot with Draco Meteor. Bait Water Spout from Jellicent. Swap to Basculation for the KO. Alright, so this should look good. Francisco Rodriguez, what's up, bro? Thanks for popping in. Appreciate the follow. Definitely much appreciated. I hope you're having a good day today so far. Alright, so this should all work. I just need to see what my possible HP ranges will be for Dragapult. Because 287. So Aqua Tail minimum deals 68. And then a Super Fang would bring me down to 109. Yeah, that would put me in range of both Meteor Mash or Earthquake from Metagross. Let's see. If I get hit with a critical Aqua Tail, that would deal at most 120. And then a Super Thing would bring me down to 83. Let's see, that could bring me in range of Thunder if I get critical hit. not sure if there's any way I could mitigate that. Porygon would get the special attack raise from Hydreigon. Oh no, this. Oh no, its ability is analytic. So. Oh yeah, analytic bug can be annoying too. I might just... Yeah, analytic bug could mess me up here. I need to pre-toxic Hydreigon in the chance of a Thunder Paralysis. Not too sure here. Too sure. Trying to work around analytic bug in this game is always annoying. If I do get brought to at least 83, it's not a super big chance that it'll go for Thunder. So I think it should be fine. I think pre-toxic would also just completely mitigate it anyways. I think this line should be fine. Go you. KO, bait you, go you. KO, bait you. Go you to you. KO, bait you. Go you back to you. KO, bait you, go you, KO. Yeah, so I think this line should be fine. I do need to figure out the Glycopod HP though. He is level 90 now, so let's see. So level 90 is 253 max HP. So I have to be above and below 226. So let's just try to figure that out here. So close combat from Scrafty deals minimum 51. So 51. Max roll crit deals 90. And 63 should be the amount of HP from Citrus. Good. Alright, so then X minus 51 plus 63 minus lowest roll would be from an earthquake from Metagross, which would be 31. So it's not quite enough to be in range for both attacks. How much of a range is that? It's 145. It's an 8 HP difference. not superficial. Yeah, let me see if I could find another line. So what about Sneasler? If I equip the choice band, I would be baiting exactly also Meteor Mesh or Earthquake for Metagross. So I still think Urshifu is my best counter for this Metagross. The problem is that he's just so slow. Minus speed nature is really messing me up here. I'm still getting in the same spot, so I think my original line is probably better. And Fernape, Dragapult. I think that this should be fine. Yeah, this should be fine. Let's go ahead and do this here. So we need... let's see. We need Arcanine. We need Golisopod, which we still have. We need... and Fernape. We need Dragapult. We need Hydreigon. And we need Basculegion. Alright, and then for items... Choice Band to Arcanine. And we need to get the Choice Specs. So let's go get that. And we'll give those to... Hydreigon. And let's see, we need... Citrus Berry for... Lisopod. Take that. We'll give black glasses. Or no, yeah. No, black, charcoal. No. Black belt. To Infernape, Dragonfang to Dragapult. And Spell Tag for Basculegion. And then for HP ranges, we want to be Glissobot to be at 144. Good. I think this should all be good here. Choice Band, Citrus, Black Belt, Dragonfang, Choice Specs, Spell Tag. And I don't think I need any other pre-damage here. If I switch to Scrappy, I could try baiting a Crunch from... No, That wouldn't be good. Yeah, no. Bait you, throw you into you. Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and do this here. Last fight. I'm ready to get this done. Head over there. Here, dodge the optional. Go up here, down here. Let's see. Up here, beat you guys. And then last fight should be up here. Okay, perfect. Alright. Let's go and save. Let's go ahead and do this here. Choice fix, spell tag. Alright, let's go ahead and do this here. So, Swimmer Herman, last of the erratic water fights. And this for this last one is going to be a rain team, leading Araquanid, which wants to set up sticky web. But with a choice band, we can simply outspeed and one-shot with a rock slide here. So, no sticky webs to be worried about here. This should always now bring in Scrafty. So, Scrafty comes in. Sees a KO with close combat. So we're gonna swap to Glyphsopod to get an emergency exit. Ideally, this close combat doesn't crit here. CC. Perfect. And we're holding Citrus Berry to bring us back up above half health. And we can get our emergency exit. And I'm going to emergency exit into Infernape. And we will now simply outspeed and one shot with a close combat here. Alright. So Scrafty goes down. This should always bring in Electros next. Perfect. And at -1 defenses, Electros only sees a guaranteed KO with Aqua Tail. This thing is Levitate with Super Fang, so a little annoying, but it's guaranteed Aqua Tail this turn. So we're just going to swap directly to my Dracopult to take the Aqua Tail here pretty well. Perfect. Alright, so now, again, because this thing has Levitate, it's difficult to just one-shot, so instead I'm just gonna two-shot it with 2 Dragon Darts, as it uses a Super Fang, because it sees that as its highest damaging move in this case, so let me just triple-check that here. Yeah, so we'll go for Dragon Darts, it'll Super Fang, and then we'll KO with another Dragon Darts. Yep, so there's Super Fang. This will cut our HP in half. Perfectly fine. We'll KO with another Dragon Darts here. And then this should always be bringing in a Metagross. Perfect. And then this HP Metagross should only be able to go for either Earthquake or Meteor Mash, because it sees a KO with those. So we are going to swap back to Golisopod. Which will guarantee us another emergency exit on either move that it goes for here. So, Earthquake. We get our second emergency exit. And we're going to bring in Hydreigon with a Choice Specs. And with Choice Specs, we could simply outspeed and one-tap with a Dark Pulse. Perfect. Alright. And then this should always be baiting in Porygon Z next. Perfect. Alright, and this is Analytic Porygon Z, which is a little annoying because a bug with Analytic in this game, which always sees that its moves are boosted if you moved first the last turn. Which in this case, it doesn't really matter. So with Choice Specs, we can one-shot this with Draco, but we're currently locked into Dark Pulse. So instead, what we have to do is we have to lock ourselves out of Dark Pulse. So right now, Porygon Z is guaranteed to go for always try attack. Let's triple check that here. Yeah, it always has to go for a tri-attack. So this is perfectly safe for us to go swap back to Dragapult here on the incoming tri-attack. Perfect. Alright, and now it sees that it always KOs with Dark Pulse. So we can now safely go back to Hydreigon again. Perfect. Alright, and now we're brought it back in, so now we can just outspeed and one-shot with a Draco Meteor. Alright, so Porygon Z goes down. This just leaves a Jellicent with a Mystic Water boosted Water Spout to deal a ton of damage, which is always going to go for here. But we can simply just go to Basculegion, which will always live a crit Water Spout at full health here. And then with a spell tag, we can simply outspeed and one-shot with a Poltergeist. Alright. Oh, it's critical hit to end it off. Nice. Alright, and with that, we are finally done with all of the erratic weather fights. So now we can have access to Pacifilogue and as well as the Sky Pillar. So why don't we just go back and heal and save really quick. And then bring some guys for in case of optionals, so why don't we bring you? Let's see, I'll swap to you. Not you. Let's bring... Let's bring you just in case. And let's bring you also. And let's give... let's see, where's it at? Choice Band. Let's give that to Dragapult here. Yeah, because I believe on this route there is a few optionals. I think they all have ghost types for the most part, so it'd be good to lead with Hydreigon. But let's just get to Pacifilogue. shouldn't be too far ahead after that last trainer, the last mandatory fight, but definitely need to be careful. Optionals are no joke in this game, especially at this level cap. It's like that guy right there. Okay, so we went here, here. Here. And then we were up here. So let me save right here. And let's make our way. Let's see, Sky Pillar is right here. So let's get to Epilogue first. There's two roamers here. They have alternating patterns. Okay. Alright. Whew! Alright, there we go. It's... Whew! Alright, Pacific. Save. Heal in this Poké Center so we can fly back here. And so now we can go Sky Pillar. Which I don't think we need the Mach Bike for right now. Oop. That was close. So let's go and rescue Hoenn really quick. Don't worry, Wallace, we got this. Here we go. What's up, Rayquaza? Alright. Do we just leave now? Let me see. Oh, no, that's not the right way. This way. I think we just go back to Zootopolis now. Let's go do that. Yeah, here we go. What a classic cutscene here. Can y'all relax? Well, there we go. And the day is saved. Put a bunch of dummies. Alright, so we get a big prize here, which, not waterfall. We get our access to some roving legendaries now with the Devon radar. And we can finally access the 8th gym, so we do currently have one Master Ball, so we could actually go and try to get our first roamer on the different routes that we have available. We also have Pacifilog and Sky Pillar also access to us, so let's see. I do have to get to work soon though, so I don't know. I don't know if I'll do the other encounters, but definitely I'd like to do at least try to get the first roamer. So let's see. Right now, the routes I have available, we have 127, 128, 129. So why don't we start at 128? So with the roaming legendaries in this game, since you get access to 2 Master Balls, it's usually wise to catch whatever you encounter first, unless it's a Tornadus. So that way you can have higher odds of rolling better roamers on the other routes. With my box, there isn't really a specific one that I really need for the Elite Four. So it's usually the top 3 that you're trying to go for, which is Latios, Enamorus, and Thunderous. If you get one of those 3, then you're looking good. So yeah. So why don't we go and test our luck here? So let's start with Route 128 first. So let's see, where is 128 at? One map. 128's over here, yeah. Let's see. 127. We don't have 127 open because... Oh no, I do have 127 open. But I was potentially wanting to delay that for potential Ludicolo. But I don't know how viable that is. So I'll start with the 2 routes that aren't as important. So we'll start with 128 first. Okay, so here's 128. Let me see, is there... Okay. So the way this works is we use the Devon radar to see if there is a roaming legendary around. If not, then we exit the route and come back and keep repeating until it says that there is one, and then we can take off the repel and then see what it is. So we can start with, let me see. So let's put it on the list here. Let's see, David, so we're not responding, so we'll dive and come back up. And then try again. So we'll just keep repeating this until it activates. All right. Nope. This might take a little bit. Nope. Yeah, it's kind of like with the other Pokemon games where you have to kind of just go in and out of routes until the roamer appears. But it's not like in modern games where you can actually track it on the Pokedex. So it's a little bit random. Let's see, not responding. Nope, not yet. Oh, it is responding. Okay. Alright, so we do have a roamer here. So, like I said, what the wise thing to do here is catch whatever you get first. Instead of Tornadus, because Tornadus is pretty bad, so now we can turn off our repel and see what we get. Let's see if we get some good luck here. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Ooh, Latias. Interesting. I mean, it's not as good as Latios, but... I mean, we could re-roll, but... it's definitely not one of the top 3. So if I flee now, then I basically forfeit my Route 128 encounter, and I run the risk of encountering worser things if I go on other routes. So yeah. I mean, Latias is not terrible, it's just not as strong, but it's more defensive, so it's not a terrible thing. Still 600 BEST. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and catch this. Because, like I said, it allows you more odds and more chances to roll encounters later, so we'll use our first Master Ball here. Alright, Latias. Oh, I forgot to nickname it. I could do that when we get back. Alright, well, let's see if we got some good IVs here. Latias, the legendaries do have 3 guaranteed max IVs. But the nature is still random and the other 3 are also random, so... plus speed or plus special attack would definitely be really good on this thing, so... Let's see what we got here. Let's see, quiet. Minus speed plus max special attack? Okay. Wow. It's... Wow, that's... It's the... 30... That's some pretty good IVs. This thing is a 1-scale goat. Fortunately, minus speed as well. I keep freaking getting minus speed natures on all these guys. But... max special attack is pretty nice. And it comes with Dragon Pulse, Psychic, Recover, Protect. Oh, and it's a Protect mon. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Well. Welcome to the team, Latias. Why don't we just end off with coming up with a good nickname for this thing? Alright, Latias. Let me see. What would be a good band name for Latias? I think I have a good one. How about Elevation? For Elevation worship. Latias gives kind of Christian-y vibes. Alright, cool. Yeah, minus speed, kind of unfortunate, but it is base 110 at speed, so not terrible. The 0 SPDF is that we could easily use a hard scale for that if needed. Plus special attack is pretty cool though, so don't know how useful this thing is. I haven't seen a lot of other people use it, but we'll take it for sure. Matt Mitchell, what's up, bro? Thanks for popping in the chat. Hope you're having a good day today. Alright, well, I think that's all the time I got for today. I gotta get ready for work pretty soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and end off there for today, but appreciate anyone who tuned in to watch. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and I will see everyone in my next stream, whenever that may be.